Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about something absolutely fascinating that goes way beyond just music charts and streaming numbers. We're diving deep into how Jimin from BTS has genuinely influenced and changed American pop culture in ways that most people don't even realize. This isn't just about having fans in America or being popular, this is about actually shifting cultural norms, changing industry standards, and influencing how Americans think about music, fashion, masculinity, and global entertainment. By the end of this video, you're going to see Jimin's impact on America in a completely different light. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's explore the surprising and extensive influence that one Korean artist has had on American pop culture. Let's start with the most obvious but still incredibly significant area of influence, music consumption and the breaking down of language barriers. Before BTS and specifically before artists like Jimin achieved mainstream success in America, there was this widely held belief in the American music industry that songs primarily in languages other than English could never really succeed on American charts or with American mainstream audiences. Radio programmers wouldn't play them, streaming playlists wouldn't feature them prominently, and the general assumption was that American listeners needed English lyrics to connect with music. Then Jimin comes along and like crazy becomes the first song by a Korean soloist to hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, with significant portions in Korean, and suddenly that entire assumption gets completely shattered. What's really important about this isn't just the chart achievement itself, it's what it represents for American pop culture. It proves that American audiences are actually much more globally minded and open to diverse musical experiences than the industry gave them credit for. Since Jimin's success, we've seen American radio stations become more willing to play songs in other languages, streaming platforms feature more international content prominently, and American listeners actively seek out music from around the world. Jimin helped accelerate a shift that was already beginning to happen, proving definitively that language is not a barrier to musical connection and commercial success in America. Now let's talk about fashion and style influence because this is where Jimin's impact on American pop culture becomes really visible and undeniable. American pop culture has always been deeply connected to fashion, with music icons influencing what people wear and how they express themselves through style. Jimin has tapped into this tradition while bringing something completely new to it. His collaboration with Dior as a global brand ambassador has made him a fixture in American fashion media. Major American fashion publications like Vogue, GQ, and Harper's Bazaar regularly feature him and analyze his style choices. When he wears something, whether it's at an airport, on stage, or in a photo shoot, American fashion enthusiasts pay attention and American retailers see increased interest in similar styles. But it's not just about individual items selling out, though that certainly happens regularly. It's about how Jimin has influenced broader fashion trends and what's considered stylish or desirable in American pop culture. His ability to pull off both traditionally masculine and more delicate, refined styling has contributed to the expansion of men's fashion in America. We're seeing American men become more adventurous with fashion choices, more willing to experiment with colors, fabrics, and silhouettes that might have been considered too bold or unconventional just a few years ago. Fashion industry professionals have noted how K-pop and specifically influential figures like Jimin have helped push American men's fashion in more creative and expressive directions. Speaking of masculinity, this is perhaps one of Jimin's most significant and culturally important influences on American pop culture. American culture has historically had very rigid and narrow definitions of masculinity, especially for public figures and celebrities. Men in American entertainment were expected to be tough, stoic, traditionally masculine in their presentation and behavior. Showing vulnerability, expressing emotions openly, wearing delicate or beautiful clothing, these things were often seen as weakening a male celebrity's image or appeal. Jimin has challenged and helped change these assumptions simply by being authentically himself and being wildly successful while doing it. American audiences have watched Jimin cry on stage out of emotion and gratitude, speak openly about his insecurities and struggles, present himself in ways that emphasize beauty and grace rather than traditional masculine toughness, and express affection and care for his fellow members openly. And instead of this hurting his popularity or appeal in America, it's actually increased it. American fans, particularly younger generations, have embraced this more expansive and emotionally honest form of masculinity. We're seeing the ripple effects of this in American entertainment, with more male artists and celebrities feeling comfortable expressing vulnerability and emotion, and with American audiences increasingly valuing authenticity and emotional honesty over traditional masculine posturing. Let's also discuss Jimin's influence on performance standards and what American audiences expect from live entertainment. American pop culture has always valued good performers, but Jimin and BTS have raised the bar for what constitutes an exceptional live performance. The level of choreography, the synchronization, the stamina required to sing live while executing complex dance routines, the attention to every visual detail from styling to stage design, these elements that are standard in K-pop and that Jimin executes at the highest level have influenced American audience expectations. We're seeing American artists invest more in choreography and visual presentation, with some explicitly citing K-pop influence as inspiration for elevating their performance game. There's also the influence on fan culture and how fandoms operate in America. K-pop fandoms, and ARMY specifically, have pioneered new ways of supporting artists through organized streaming efforts, coordinated social media campaigns, charity projects in artists' names, and creating a sense of global community. American fandoms have adopted many of these practices, changing how fan support manifests in American pop culture. The idea of fans as active participants in an artist's success rather than passive consumers has become more prevalent in American fan culture, and Jimin's relationship with his fans exemplifies this collaborative dynamic. We should talk about social media influence because this is huge in American pop culture. When Jimin posts something on social media platforms, it doesn't just trend among K-pop fans, it trends on American social media broadly, often appearing on general trending lists alongside American celebrities and news events. His social media presence has influenced how American audiences engage with international artists. American social media users who might never have paid attention to Korean artists before find themselves exposed to Jimin's content, learning about him, becoming interested in his music and BTS. This has contributed to the normalization of following and supporting international artists in American pop culture. The beauty and skincare influence is another area where Jimin's impact on American pop culture is significant. American beauty standards and grooming practices have been heavily influenced by K-beauty trends, and Jimin as a visible ambassador of Korean beauty aesthetics has contributed to this shift. American men are increasingly interested in skincare routines, cosmetics, and beauty practices that were traditionally marketed only to women in Western culture. The emphasis on clear skin, careful grooming, and taking pride in one's appearance, things that are standard in Korean culture and exemplified by Jimin, have become more mainstream in American men's culture. Let's not forget the influence on American understanding of Asian representation in media and entertainment. For too long, American pop culture had very limited and often stereotypical representations of Asian men. They were rarely positioned as romantic leads, style icons, or figures of mainstream appeal and desire. Jimin and BTS have fundamentally challenged and changed these assumptions. American audiences have embraced Jimin as a global sex symbol, style icon, and romantic figure, helping to break down long-standing stereotypes and expand what's possible for Asian representation in American entertainment and media. The collaborative aspect of Jimin's American influence is also important. His work with American artists and producers has created cultural exchange and cross-pollination between Korean and American music industries. When Jimin collaborates with artists like Charlie Puth or works with producers like John Bellion and Ryan Tedder, it's not just a one-way street where he's trying to break into the American market. It's a genuine artistic exchange where both sides learn from each other, where Korean and American musical sensibilities blend to create something new. This has influenced how the American music industry views international collaborations, not as novelty features but as legitimate artistic partnerships. There's also the influence on American media coverage of international artists. Before BTS's success, American entertainment media rarely gave serious coverage to non-English speaking artists unless they were specifically trying to break into English language music. Now, major American media outlets regularly cover Jimin and BTS, analyze their artistry seriously, and treat them as significant figures in global pop culture rather than as a foreign curiosity. This has opened doors for other international artists to receive fair coverage and consideration in American media. Finally, we need to talk about the educational influence. Jimin's success and visibility in America has led to increased American interest in Korean language, culture, and society. American universities report increased enrollment in Korean language classes. American students cite artists like Jimin as inspiration for studying Korean culture. This cultural exchange and increased understanding benefits both countries and contributes to a more globally minded American population. So there you have it, the extensive and sometimes surprising ways that Jimin has influenced American pop culture. From breaking language barriers in music to expanding definitions of masculinity, from raising performance standards to influencing fashion and beauty trends, from changing fan culture to improving Asian representation in media, Jimin's impact on America goes far beyond just being a popular artist. He's helped shift cultural norms and open minds to new possibilities. Let me know in the comments what aspect of Jimin's American influence surprises you most, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.